Okay guys, we have an amazing story here of survival. 4 days in the tropics with no water. 2 missing Tobago fishermen rescued after 4 days. This is from the Trinidad and Tobago News. It was published on the 16th of February 2025. 2 Tobago fishermen defied the odds, surviving 4 days stranded at sea in what many are calling a miracle. 2 men disappeared after leaving Pigeon Point Fish Port early Tuesday morning to set 3 fish traps. But what began as a routine trip quickly turned into a life-threatening ordeal when their boat engine failed, leaving them powerless and adrift in the ocean. As hours turned into days, the men did not return home. Disparate family members sounded the alarm, triggering a search that were led by Trinidad's Emergency Management Agency. The search included fishermen and several agencies. As days passed, hope faded. On Friday, rescuers even considered shifting their efforts from search and rescue mission to a recovery mission. However, there was no sign of the boat debris or any other solid information indicating that the worst outcome had been realized, so they kept searching. Yesterday morning, prayers were answered as the men were spotted by another fisherman in an area commonly used to set traps. Knowing that at some point other fishermen would venture into the area, they tied their incapacitated vessel to the pots to prevent drifting away. Their only other concern was the lack of food and water and braving the weather. As they were brought ashore, scores of happy onlookers were on hand to welcome them. Both men are receiving treatment for dehydration and are stable and in good spirits. Further testing and observations are ongoing. The recovery so far is going well. This is an amazing story of survival. You just think Trinidad and Tobago for 4 days with limited or no water. That's a terrible way to die, that's for sure. They were smart enough to tie onto some fishing gear, knowing the fishermen at some point would be back for it. So that worked well. That was smart thinking. But poor planning otherwise. No water or limited water. No personal indicator beacon. Those things are not free, but they're not that expensive either. And it's something small boat fishermen should really consider, that's for sure. Alright guys, there it is. Happy ending after all. It could have been a lot worse, that's for sure.